Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, Fashola.
How are you?
Oh, God, Governor, we are fine. How are you?
Thank God.
Okay.
You know the voting. There's no fairness in that voting. There's no fairness in that voting. Messi is now a FIFA boy. Is it that he's the best player in the world? I think the FIFA president needs to resign for what he has done.
Fashola?
Yes, sir. FIFA president.
I
am telling you.
But he's talking about that. He said it wasn't fair. Was it fair? Was it fair? Fashola says it's not fair.
How can
the FIFA,
it can't be fairer than this.
The FIFA headship had been known to have been corrupt in the past.
People say what
it might not be empirically proven. But the truth
got to do with
no. You cannot say. There are manipulative tendencies. You cannot say. Yeah, let me tell you.
Why did they voted? Did anybody deny that?
What about the bidding process?
I want to ask you this. You look at it, okay, fine. Let us look at Messi. Okay, if we say he scored 91 goals, top scorer in the Champions League, top scorer in La Liga, 50 goals, 5 goals in every other team. We can look at it. But then, are you saying only Spain, only Madrid and Barcelona
know how to play
the best 11 players in the world?
In the world.
That's another question. Over 50,000 professional players voted.
Did you question
You would say some of these players too.
There were 55,000 ballot papers.
They were all
There were 55,000 ballot papers.
Yeah.
They said 45,000 professional footballers voted. Okay. What happened to the 10,000? I'm coming. Let me ask you the question.
Okay.
That's number one. Number two, the ballot papers. Okay. When they were listed, when they voted, what happened there?
Dio is on the line. Let's hear from Dio first. Hello, Dio.
Hello, good afternoon.
Dio.
How are you guys today?
We are looking at you.
I must say the gentleman on the right, she's quite sentimental with his judgment. Yes, because before now, the voting conditions have been the same. And if we have to speak, Ronaldo still won the Spain in 2008. And since Messi started winning in 2009, he's been winning it ever since then. So let's just face it. Whether it's a FIFA thing or a Messi thing or whatever, Messi is more popular than Ronaldo.
You see?
It's like a popularity.
No, he said it's not.
And
he said it's not.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, go on, Dio.
Okay, I said Messi is much more popular than Ronaldo. And if the gentleman on the right is saying that FIFA should constitute a technical committee or so to do the voting, who are those that are going to comprise the technical committee? Where would they be drawn from? But asking national team captains and coaches would select sports journalists to vote, I think is the fairest thing that can happen to the award. Because these people are drawn, I was looking at the list, countries that I've never heard of. But as long as they have national teams and they are well represented, coaches with independent, coaches with independent minds, captains, they all have, you can't, how many votes do you want to buy? It's like Messi is more popular. Let's just leave it that way. So it's his for now. If he's going to get 7 times, 10 times, I'm afraid Cristiano just has to sit down and look.
Okay, Daya. I want to excuse me. Let me ask you this. Dio said something. Dio said something. He said something. Okay. One of them is Cristiano Ronaldo with the same process he was voted in 2008.
Yeah.
Okay.
The same process. Does not change.
Accepted.
Now, so if the same process gave him the same thing, now if the same process is giving Messi the same thing, so what is the problem?
Why do we challenge
where we need to look at this thing from is, ever since then, you might not have noticed that because of the difference in the number of votes they garnered, there was no outcry. But right about now, we are becoming more and more aware of the chances that other people don't have to express themselves. Players like Zlatan. A very fantastic player. He came out. No, what I'm saying is, he doesn't get a chance to fully express himself. He will tell you I'm the best player in the world.
Yeah.
And I ask you a question. If you are an employer of labor and you've got members of staff and you keep giving the same person the best worker of the year,
if he does what I want,
what happens to the other employees?
He's productive.
What happens to the other employees? You build animosity.
He said every time only one player is working.
Is it my fault?
You do that.
Why they should keep up the pace? They should catch up with him.
You can't tell me that 91 goals for one trophy. He didn't even win a trophy.
Okay, but can we ask now? Brazil has won the World Cup 5 times.
People keep talking about.
Can also win.
But they're not the best country.
As well. If it is about trophy, then I could as well voted for Fernando Torres.
Can we
as well voted for Fernando Torres.
Yeah, they delivered more than Messi.
Okay, but let us look at what Jimmy is saying. Let's assume that because one, even if it is democracy, I mean, we look at this as being skewed when all 11 best players came from 2 clubs and just one.
Let me tell you.
So there must be something wrong. There must be something wrong with that.
The FIFA players voted this.
Okay.
Let me tell you, there are times that what you see actually drives you to make some decision at times.
Yes.
How many times within this
agree
year,
that.
the period we're talking about?
They are talking of the publicity.
Yeah. Probably.
Do you know how many times
Real Madrid?
So it's how
many times they
don't deride them from El Cairo.
This is
not
not motivate people to vote because you were seeing them.
Marcelo, what did Marcelo play throughout last season? What did Piqué play throughout last season? What are you talking about?
But let me tell you. Let me ask you. All right. Sylvester is on the line. Hello, Sylvester.
I watched El Clasico like 6 times last season.
Sylvester, how are you?
What do you want us?
Hello?
Hello, Sylvester. Let's hear you.
Sorry.
I want to ask you a question. And then, because you were talking about this thing, all of us are part of this process.
Yes.
Is it true or not that when Barcelona plays Madrid, the El Clasico is taken as the biggest football match in the world?
How many
is that not? Does that not sway?
How many Clásicos do they have in Spain?
No, that's what I'm saying.
No.
Places? But
how many do you have in England? You ask yourself.
Those guys.
How much is the revenue that Spain brings? That's why they have recession in the place. They are rewarding mediocrity. When you see that all the Spanish players,
then you're talking directly to the players. The players are at the opportunity to pick their players. They pick
the guys at FIFA. They are running football into a doldrum.
Like
about now.
By allowing players to decide. By allowing players to decide in what concerns them.
Take it back. Leave the ascendant issues here.
Okay.
Because one, if we look at it this way, apart from an Iniesta, for instance, now,
all right.
World Cup winner, La Liga winner, Euro winner. So that's almost all the players who have won things outside their clubs. Can
I ask a question?
Ask him.
Now I'll ask you.
Okay.
This is very simple.
Okay.
Casillas, I've got no issues with him. I've got issues with all of the backline, probably except Ramos deserves to be there.
Even the,
No. Let me make my point. Let me make my point. What I'm saying is very simple. When you have an Ashley Cole that was magnificent for Chelsea in the Champions League and did well enough. Now, what we are talking about is when you've got players that are capable of replacing him at the highest level, doing it for country. It's going to be very, very hard for you. It's going to be very hard for you. When you talk of a Marcelo, that dropped form, and Alves that dropped form, a Pelo is not on that list. And that is an absurd list. It's a ridiculous list by any
players like him.
Even if Drogba should easily have made the list. But he could have replaced Falcao because he was.
There was a time Chelsea, Terry, all of them.
I want to ask you this. Which is more important? Voting for the president of a country and voting for the best footballer in the world?
I think for the president of a country.
It should be.
President of a country should be.
It should be.
So
waiting for
so you are caught there because voting for the president of the country, you don't have to be a technical person.
No.
As long as you are 18 years old, you are qualified.
You're talking of technicality. We are not going there. You know why we are not going there?
All right, no, we are going home. We are going home.
What you are saying is
60 seconds. 60 seconds.
Well, what I want to say is very simple. FIFPro, they've come out. I think the voting process is totally flawed.
Okay.
They came out with an absurd list. Whichever way you want to look at it, you have 11 players. Even the coaches even the coaches are either coaching in Spain or they are Spanish coaches.
Solution.
Roberto Di Matteo.
Solution.
There should be a kind of coefficient
to
measure the grade.
I love that.
A coefficient so that you can, if it is a grade A match, you can rate players on that. Then goalkeepers and defenders are neglected. What are we talking about? Goalkeepers and defenders are neglected.
Particular sentiments or whatever.
I
sleep, I stand on it. I even snore on it.
All right, gentlemen, there is always controversy when it comes about subjective choices because it is subjective. If two students write an exam and somebody scores 90 and one scores 89, we know that one is better. But when it comes to who do you prefer? Is it dribbling? Some Nigerians love, a lot of Nigerians love JJ Okocha. A lot of them says no. Kanu Nwankwo, with all the titles he has won, is the best Nigerian player ever. Because if you look at all the gold medals he has, club and country, it is just purely subjective. And as long as it is a matter of choice, there will always be controversy. FIFA probably, Jimmy says, look at the coefficient. Probably, if you win the World Cup or Nations Cup, you have 5 points, you have 6 points. So that one will not add. You weighted average. So that you now say, okay, fine, the votes will not consume maybe 70%, while the average consume, we cannot have a balance. Well, whether you like it or not, it is the controversy that makes the awards. Until we reach our again, I remain sincerely yours, but cannot. And I tell you this, have a palaver-free week. Stay blessed.